Hey, welcome back, guys. It's travel day, and we have to get this RV all packed up, ready to go. Already did some adjustments and packing, but we want to take our tent, we want to take all of our things with us this time. We want to take our long journey. So stay tuned, come along for the ride. The Smalls RV Adventures. All right, on this trip, I don't have to worry about packing up things, making things too organized, because this is going to be a trip where we can make in one spurt. I mean, we may stop for a little bit if we get to the campground a little bit before the check-in time. So we may stop in a rest area or Cracker Barrel or Walmart just into the check-in time. So I really don't have to organize the room area really well for the kids, because we may not stop. We may just get to the campground on time. We always travel at night. Traveling at night is the best thing because you avoid a lot of traffic, and when you do need to rest during the day, there are plenty of places that you can rest and it's open. During my traveling experiences, many times I'll stop like in a rest area off the highway, and if I stop at night, the truckers are there, there's no spots available, and I'll just keep driving along until I get to the next rest area, and I always found problems finding somewhere to park. But during the day, I've never had a problem. So traveling during the night and then stopping during the day to rest is the best strategy that I've obtained since I started doing these long distance drives cross country. Now, packing up with 5 kids, that's pretty tough because you have to have everything that they want in this camper by the time we leave. So that means I have to have their TVs. I have a TV right here. I'm trying to figure out where to put it. And 2 or 3 of them are in the room over here. So I have to have a TV on the bottom. I have to have a TV on the top. I have to have a TV on the wall just to keep them entertained while we're away, especially if there's bad weather. When it's good weather, oh my God, where we are going, it's going to be beautiful. It's 85s all across the day. Nice sun, so we're going to be swimming in the pools. We're going to be swimming in the lakes. We're going to be going for hikes. We're going to be having a great time. But some of those days you may have thunderstorms, so I want to have enough entertainment and things to do inside the camper. Our room is nearly the same. All I do is throw stuff on the bed when we en route, because like I said before, we're not going to be resting inside the camper because I can make this trip in like one session. So we don't have that many things on the bed, but we do have some things. We'll make the bed up when we get there. Not that important. I just throw the quilts and the spreads over the things that we put on the bed. So that's the way we do it, like when we're traveling. One thing we never forget is the dehumidifier. When we're bogged down somewhere, the camper's in storage, we always keep this thing plugged in. You should see from our last trip where we had this thing running all day, we get back to our storage location and we're coming to get the camper now. This dehumidifier is filled almost to the top in 1 week from our last trip. So there's still water droplets in the air in the camper. So it's always a good thing to leave this thing running when you're storing your camper, or get some sort of dehumidifier device to store in your camper just to prevent mold. Because as you can see, close up on it, see that little red dot? That means it's almost full. When we travel, we never take the TVs off the wall, the televisions off the wall. These things are on there great. They've never falling off. And this one, there's not even a strap on it. We just leave it connected, and we've traveled cross country and never have a problem. So we just leave that right there. In our living space, in the living room, we have this large TV on the wall. We never take it off either. This TV is on a mount that comes out and we can tilt it, but we don't have to strap it down because we have the slide here that will block it if it wants to come out, so it can't come out anywhere. I mean, this is where the slide came in handy, so it's really great, so we don't have to take the TVs down. In the kids' room, totally different story. This is the space here where we put the kids' TV once we get to our location. But since we're traveling, we put the TV on the top bunk, and we've also put another television on the bottom bunk. Having it there, it's safe for storage, safe for travel, and it doesn't bounce off. Another thing I do to prepare, just in case we get stuck somewhere, I always like to travel with the fridge full, because I don't want to get stuck and we're waiting for a part somewhere in the middle of nowhere, because most of the times when you're traveling cross country, you're traveling through parts of the country that not many things are available, especially if you go into like a urban, suburban, rural area. You may be stuck somewhere waiting for a part. God forbid that happens. I hope it doesn't happen, but I'll let you take a look at how we travel. I mean, it's not the most organized in the world, so I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not organized, but we try to pack it up in there so that we have enough for like all of the kids. This is the freezer compartment. We have enough stuff in there to keep us going for about a week or two, maybe more. Here's the fridge compartment. The top was the freezer, but this keeps us going for a while. Always stay prepared. Another thing that we do is we travel with water. We don't travel with the water in our holding tanks. I like to travel with water in gallons when I'm going cross country. I leave water in the fridge. I leave juice, a lot of liquids in the fridge, not taking up much space, but I also travel with liquids under the seating area, which is a storage compartment. I always love to travel with water. That's the most important thing when you're out on the road, is to make sure that you can replenish yourself, and you may need water for other things too, like washing your hands, washing your face. You have to have access to your bathroom, so you want to be sanitary. So we always carry a little extra water from time to time when we are on the road. After we have everything put away, we make sure that all the doors are securely closed in the camper. That way when we travel, we don't have a lot of moving around or damage to our doors. Our bathroom is behind a slide, so I have to like peek behind the slide just to see if that door is closed. If it's not, if there's enough room for me to stick my hand to open it up, to close it. Here's a peek at the bathroom door behind the slide. There's enough room in here for me to stick my arm in and shut that door if it's open. And I also have to check it before we open up our slide, because this slide will rip the door right off. So I always have to check it. Now, if we do have to go to the bathroom when we stop somewhere, I do pop open the slide. I know a lot of people say, oh, you're not supposed to pop open the slide if you're in a rest area, but we have to have access to our bathroom. So most people that the slide is blocking something that you need in your RV, you have to open up the slide to go to the bathroom. You may have to open up the slide to get to your kitchen if you have one of those RVs with the island in the middle. But it's okay. We make it through. I love traveling. I love travel days. I also love getting to our destination. I always think about the next trips that we're going to take, and it brings me so much joy, so much excitement to see the time passes, the preparation, and the final thing is when we get there and you set up and you just can relax in nature. It's the best feeling in the world. How did some of you guys feel about resting in Cracker Barrel, Walmart's, rest areas? How do you guys feel? I know a lot of people go to Harvest Host. I have a Harvest Host membership, but I've never used it. Sometimes I don't like calling into places and say, hey, do you have space? I like a lot of the times where I can go on the internet and book reservations that way instead of calling. That's just me. If there's somewhere I can just go, I would rather just go. But that's just in my nature. I've been living the van life, now the RV life, for over 10 years now. So it's like when it comes to like finding somewhere to park, I've always found places to park. You know, even if it's not in a rest area, even if it's not in a Cracker Barrel, even if it's not in a Walmart, I've always found places to park. On the side of highways, on a public road, even in cities, on a public street, living the van life, we've parked there. Now, I'm not saying that I slept like for multiple days, months, years in my van, but during long work hours, and you have very little turnaround time to sleep, Yes, I have slept in my van, and cities, you wouldn't believe it. New York City, Manhattan, Midtown, I've done it all over the country. New York is just one of the big places that I've done it, and never had a problem finding parking or finding an area to rest. With the RV, it's somewhat different, somewhat harder because it's such a big, large vehicle. So it's like you're not going to find a lot of places in the city with the RV, but you do find a lot of places right off the interstates. Like if you get off the interstate and you see a lot of the trucks parked on the side of the roads there, that's not a rest area. That's just like a public street. I usually sandwich myself in between one of the trucks so that I'm protected from the back, and I knock out comfortably in my camper. The family, we all rest comfortably in the camper. During this time, the gas prices are through the roof. But I don't worry about it because I know with my camping membership, I'm not spending more money. My camping membership is locked in. As long as I find a campground anywhere in the country, I can go and stay, and I don't have to pay any more funds because I paid for my camping membership. All I have to worry about for my family is food and fuel. That's it. I mean, it is great. So I'm going to tell you about the membership I have so I don't have any worries during travel day. And they have a great customer service. I'll tell you what happened right now. So I booked a trip cross country, and I saw the weather was going to be warmer 2 states before my final destination. It was the same weather. So I really didn't have anything to do in my final destination. I was just going to relax to get out of this cloudy, rainy weather that we're in here on this East Coast. So once I booked the place for my final destination, I realized I can stay closer, save about $200 or $300 in gas if I stay 2 states closer. So when I tried to book through the computer, I couldn't book it because it had some spots that wasn't available, some days that wasn't available, specifically the weekends. But when I called the representative for my camping membership, they were able to switch campgrounds, switch the states, and get me into those campgrounds that were booked that I couldn't get into. No questions asked. That's great. What is my membership? You're talking about this membership, but what is it? It's Thousand Trails. Thousand Trails has one of the best camping packages available. If you're a full-timer and you don't have Thousand Trails or one of these camping memberships, I don't know what's wrong. It's a no-brainer. This is what you want to have, a camping membership. You camp all year for one low price. That's all we do. If you check out our channel, we're all over the United States. We're comfortable. We're a big family. We're entertained. And you learn all of the tips and tricks on obtaining your sites when you get to the campgrounds. Many of the campgrounds we go to, we never had problems with internet or any type of service because it was available. On the weekends when it's packed with so many people, I believe that's the only times that you'll have like slow connectivity with your internet or whatever service you're using because there's so many people. But remember, the farther you go out, the less people you will see. So I learned, I go urban, I go rural, and I love it. My family loves it. Remember, we take our home with us. So no matter where we land, we're comfortable. For you guys that just jumped into the RV full time, let me tell you, you make the RV your home. Try not to listen to a lot of people that don't like the RV experience. This experience is great. You just have to make your RV your home. The RV is what you make it. If you like things, you have to have an RV or get an RV that is able to have the things that you want. If you're a baker, if you're a cooker, you're a chef, and you want all of those things in your kitchen that you need, you just have to have an RV that has the space for it. I'll show you my kitchen counter right now. I'm still doing a little bit of wiping and cleaning, so don't worry about the stuff on the counter. But this is our counter space with our stove. It's not much space, but we're able to fit a toaster up there. We're able to fit a coffee maker, a tea kettle. We have our pots and pans. We have a dish rack. All on this little space right here, we can fit all of that. We also have an air fryer. We have a lot of things. We also do a lot of baking outside. But just in that small space, we can fit a lot of things that we need. Of course, it would be great if we had a long island that we can put more things on. But we utilize the space the best we can, and we're happy with it. When I wake up, if I want a fresh cup of coffee, we have the coffee maker to make the fresh cup. If I want some buttered toast or some toast with jam, we have the toaster there. If I want a nice cup of tea, which I usually like to drink, especially after I go for a nice long swim on not a chilly day, but not a sunny day, but you know, it's kind of brisk. I love a nice cup of green tea with lemon. I can have it. If we wanted to make a nice meal and it was hot outside and I didn't want to have the camper so warm putting on the oven and the stove, I cook outside. Your RV is what you make it. Remember, your entertainment. I know you're camping, but if you live in the RV life and you're full-time, this is full-time. It's camping, but it's full-time. So you're going to have to bring your home with you. Bring your entertainment. Bring your television. Bring your video game. Bring your board games. Bring your books. Everything you will have in your sticks and bricks, bring it in to your RV. I mean, you're not going to be able to get everything because your house is too big, you know, but you can bring a lot of things in here and still be very comfortable on the road. Remember, when you're traveling, be very aware of your holding tanks. It's better to dump everything in your holding tanks before you start your travel. Your holding tanks are not designed to hold the weight of the water, the waste, while you're traveling. Remember, these things are all secured by screws. So when you're on that road, all the vibration, all the bumping, and just imagine a 40-gallon tank is about 300 to 400 pounds. Some people have 80-gallon tanks. So remember, you have multiple tanks in your RV. So you're traveling with, if your tanks are nearly full or all the way full, you could be traveling with an extra 1,000 pounds of liquid waste moving around, possibly damaging your RV because of all of the weight. So it's better to empty all your tanks. I know a lot of people worry about weight and being overweight when you're traveling. One way to eliminate a lot of that weight is to travel with your holding tanks empty. That's the best advice I can give you. All right, I'm going to wrap up because I have to go pick up Ricky and we're going to hit the road. We're just waiting for a little bit more time to pass by because I like to drive at night, and we're going to be doing more lives when we get to the campground. I'm going to try to do a live like every day. I don't know if I can. I'm not used to doing lives. I stutter a lot, so, well, I don't stutter, but, you know, I mix up my words a lot. You know, I can edit it here so it doesn't really look like it, but I'm going to try it, so you guys better not make fun of me. If you like these videos, please hit the like button. I love reading you guys' comments. You can comment about everything. Remember, we have Facebook groups called the Smalls RV Adventures and also the Overlander. Come in, stop by, post some pictures of your camping experiences, ask us some questions. We love answering questions, any format you choose. We also on TikTok, we also on Instagram. I'm going to put all the links in the description, so if you want to find us, you wanted to get more information about us, where we're traveling, what we do, all of this will be inside those forums on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. What are some of your travel day routines? Let me know down in the comment section. Remember, hit that notification bell if you want to know when these videos are posted. That's all I got for you this week, but I'll see you very soon when we get to our next destination. I'm Ricky from the S'mores RV Adventures, and I'll see you later. Have a great day, everybody.